How is it cooking? What's a kicking? What's a crack a lacking? How's life been for y'alls? We went down a couple subs last night. I think we went to like 563 or so. And then it went back up to 573, the highest, which we had 574 last night when we ended. So we're just one down from last night because we had a couple come in today and last night, I think. So, yepper deppers. We'll see if anybody hops in. Usually it's Micah or a sane, sometimes Mango. Ah, it's Micah. I was trying to take a guess which one was first. Wiloho. Micah, welcome. Hey, Sane. Yo, yo, what's up? Thanks for behaving yesterday. I appreciate it, you two, for doing that. No, don't start it. Hey, good evening, Ultrafire. Lisa, welcome. Looks like notifications are working. Chanson, what's up? How's it going, y'all? Question for the day, is 22 still relevant for today? I asked that because these are all my 22 caliber, not counting a 223. Technically, that's a 22 caliber. All my 22 caliber stuff I got. For beginners, yes. And for experienced shooters. You know why? Because they're fun. Especially this Walther, I put extended clips on it. Someone was telling me the other day they were complaining that they only had 10. I said, well, get an extension. They got them. That one's a 15 rounder now. Hey, what's up, Papa Pew Pews? Our 22 relevant. By the way, here's some square cut nails that I found by one of my mines I looked at that were way up. Yeah, very good for varmint hunting, definitely. We all coming to your live, brother. It's filling up. Double tap that screen, folks. You know what to do. Excuse me. I have one more 22, I should say two. It's parts. We got a butt and a barrel, and then just a butt and receiver there. This one I got to get a couple more parts for it. Connector piece and some sights for that one, and then it should be able to work. That one needs a barrel, connector pieces, and sights. So those are both Remington Speedmasters or something. I forget what they're called. Very relevant. The new ammo they have now. Yeah. Especially, I recently bought some ammo. So yesterday's ammo score was just these two right here. We got some 500s. I think I showed them a little bit yesterday. And these mini mags. These things are supposed to be really good for handguns because they have a little more oomph. And if you have one that's having a problem to rack back, that one's perfect. Hey, Larry, it's going pretty good. I'm a little bit sore from my hiking around and trying to find quail, or not quail, dove today. Do I have an air gun? Yes. See this blonde wood one right here? That's a high quality 25 caliber PCP. It's called it Advante Air. I think who's makes it. It was like $440, something like that. And then I had to buy the pump for it, the hand pump. Brian has the new 22 round that runs good. Is it a, because I know they had the Buckmaster that looks similar to this. Do they have a new one out? Because they also had the 1911 22 look. You like the dub videos? I didn't put a whole bunch yet. I have more to come of pictures and a few videos. Unfortunately, even though I spent 3/4 of the day looking for dove, the first gun I got that I had out just was not working. I think it's too heavily choked for number 6. Hey, what's up, FAL man? Cool edits. Welcome. Double tap that screen, folks. And I was not getting the doves. I literally had one right in front of me, and the thing wouldn't even shoot it. I don't know what the world. I'm pointing right at it twice. So I switched it out to my 12 gauge Remington 1200 with, I should have brought some number 7 or 7.5 loads instead of, I had number 4s, which I wasn't really going to use. I just had them with me just in case, because that would be for, heavier stuff. Let's go, everyone. Double tap the screen, like and subscribe. Thank you. We will, excuse me, we will pin that comment. We went down 2 subscriptions in total because we gained a couple today. We went down to like 63 or 62, I can't remember. And then we yesterday we ended at 574. It was 573 a little bit ago. Then it went down one for some reason. Just touched 100 subs. Hey, there you go, Paul Witt. Thanks, Papa Pew Pews, for doing that for him. Did Focus get them too? Because I know he was like 3 away. Keep stacking them subs. Yep. Stack them. Double stack, triple stack. Hey, I'll take a double right now from In-N-Out Burger. When you all rush down and get me one? Focus is missing one. Bummers. I thought, you know what? I don't think I'm subbed to him with my 2 channels. So I went over there, or all 3. I went over there real quick and nope, I wasn't. I thought for sure I was. I try to. Like Paul Witt, I am. Pat, when he was trying to get him. What else? I forget all what, but yeah. So today's subject is 22s, I guess, because that's what all these are, 22s. We got a 22 mag there, and this one has a 22 mag cylinder in it, and then that's the 22 LR. These are all my 22s I have, other than that parts one I'm working on. Thanks for the sub, whoever just gave it to me. Appreciate it. But yeah, so we did not get any dove. I shot at a couple. I think I wounded one. Couldn't find them. So I decided, hey, if I'm not finding any dove, I am just going to do some exploring on some of these hills. And look at some old mines and then mountains over there. Hey, welcome Eastern Washington. Good evening. How are you doing? Guess you're the same time zone as me right now, right? Can a quad stack AR magazine be used as a double stack 50 Beowulf? Don't know. Oh yeah, I'm glad people could help push you there, especially Papa Pew Pews earlier today. Yeah, I think I dug out all my 22s. Seeing you in the chat. Thanks for stopping by. If you like this type of stuff, double tap the screen. Southwest Virginia. I'm trying to think if I've ever been to Southwest Virginia. Been to Virginia, but I don't know about Southwest. Well, that it would be Virginia. Sorry. Yeah, sure enough, right? You're southwest part of Virginia. Thought you were a gun expert. I am not a gun expert, and I don't claim to be one either. Yes, Micah, if you just told. Love me some 22s. Me too. 22 mag, 22 short. Well, 22 LR better, but 22 shorts would be, I run those in this little guy and that little one. Eventually I will run them in this once I'm finished. I need to get some spring material for the hammer. The spring when I got it was broken. The rest of it I took apart, so it's just sitting there right now. It's not assembled. It's missing the trigger guard, the hammer, the pivot screw, the ejector for the shell. But yeah, I love my little 22s as well. My first one I ever got was, at least of a pistol, was this little guy right here. It's a Rigarmi Bursa made in Italy. I got that for 100 cheeseburgers. I've did some work on it off and on, but my first 22 ever was this one back here. It is a Savage bolt action Mark, what would you call that one? Mark II, I guess they call it? Something like that. Let's see. Getting a CZ Scorpion. Nice. Evo 3 S1 soon. I'm hyped. Hey, welcome, Riff Raff. I'm not sure if I remember seeing you in here. If you like this stuff, double tap the screen. Appreciate you coming by. Hey, we got another sub. We're back to what we were last night when we started. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Or when we ended last night. Sorry. If you like this type of stuff, double tap the screen. You can double tap the ammo all you want, but none of it will jump back out at you and get, collected in your bag like a video game, unfortunately. So, yeah, that's all mine. Can't have any of it, sorry. This one's a little hard to see because it kind of just blends into the bag there. I got myself 2 more mags, that one and this one. We got to try them out. This one's the one, I was going to say it came with it, sort of. The one it came with it had some issues. It wouldn't stay in, and it would keep popping down, and it wouldn't feed the ammo then. So he sent me a new one for free. So that was nice. I think we froze up. Let me check real quick. Be right back. Yep, we sure did. I missed a couple there. Hey, welcome, Focus. I had a Burst of 380, carried it for years when I was younger. Nice. Yeah, I'm subbed to Focus. What's his channel? You want to drop your handle down there, brother? Let's support. Let's get Focus to a couple more subs. Put your channel name down. That would be great. Focus needs a couple more and he'll hit 100. Or is it just one? You mind putting your handle down, Focus? I think it's Focused _ shooter or something like that, but it's kind of oddball the way you have the lettering. Guys, welcome to the chat. If you're new in the background, this is Desert Armory and More. We do lives every night about 6 p.m. We do shorts of shooting, shorts of exploring the outdoors. We did some just today we posted. I was doing some dove hunting. That went south, and so we decided to explore some old mines and hike around. So we got some of those posted today. And we also do requests. So if you ask in the chat, hey, do you have 45 1911? I'll be like, yeah, I do. It'll be in the live next following day, Arizona time, 6 p.m. So I do that for people. If someone wants to come back, it helps them hopefully return. So maybe there's something you want to request of in the background. And maybe you got a glimpse of something when I went around the room. I've got more guns in the safe too. So, hey, what's up, Brookside? How's it going? Oh, it's going well. It's going good. It's going good. 100 subs, Focus. Oh, there he goes. Focus got 100 subs. Thanks to whoever did that. Who else needs push next? Brookside, how many you got? Who needs a push? Who needs a shove? Let's share the love. 101. There we go. Hats off to you, brother. Welcome, Camden. He's the other one that is very knowledgeable about firearms. Him and the other fellow that was in here for a split second. He might be in here still. Eastern Washington. If you need help with something with firearms, finding parts or talking about stuff, sounds like they really know what they're doing. You like your shotties. Oh, yeah, we know that. Yeah. Should I do all the collection of my shotguns up there? They're so big, you know. It takes up a lot of room. You're still there. I figured you were lurking in the background. Like a little church house mouse. Just quiet and silent. But got you on my second also. Okay. Well, my doggy's trying to get inside. She's scraping the door. Let me go get her. Is it raining? Is it thundering? Is it lightning? No? You don't need to come here? No. No. You can stay out. It's not time to come in here. Tuesday. What were you measuring? Yeah, I wonder. All right, I'm back. Sorry, I was telling the dogs they don't need to come in yet. It's not raining. It's not stormy outside yet. And it's not time to come in. Brookside. Brookside is how it reads also, bro. Okay. I don't know. I don't think I'm subscribed with my multiple channels either. I know some, like when they need them, then I'll go ahead and, what do you call it? I mean, we all like subscriptions, but like when we're trying to push someone to get to something. Hey, whoever gave that subscription, appreciate it. Thank you so much. It means a lot to us. Eastern, what's up? I'm also from Washington. Yeah, you are. I remember that. Who was the one just the other day I came across the channel? No, we got another subscription. Thank you. That I'd never heard of before, just today. It was called well, I was subscribed to him, but he did a live today. First live I've seen of his. 2A Ninja. He just got one of those walls like the hold up displays. Like Firearms room or whatever it's called, arms room. Welcome 2A the way. Appreciate you coming by. How are you doing this evening? What's your favorite gun on the table? On the table? That's a little bit hard. For rifles, see, these are all 22s. Today's subject is 22s. Are they still relevant for today? So these are all 22s. My favorite one, I think, is the first one I ever bought, which is right here. I bought it when I was 18, and I'm 35 now, so 17 years. Even though I really like these 1022s and whatnot, that's got some sentimental values. These ones, it's a little bit hard because I have. This was my first 22 automatic. I mean, 22 semi-automatic, but yeah, it doesn't work the greatest. It's old. It's from the 50s, I think, 57. But I would say one of my favorites is this single shot right here. This thing is so accurate at 20 yards. It's got that target sight on it. It's from early 19 or late 1800s. It's really nice. And then, who doesn't like a Ruger? And then this was my first reliable one I use all the time, this 22 here. And yeah, it's the California edition because that's where I bought it when I lived there. Hey, Wally, welcome. How are you doing? Hopefully that answered your question. I'm from West Side, the originally West Side. East or west of the cat? Okay, got you. I used to be in Oregon from Arizona. We moved to Oregon when I was 15 in 2015. Came back right before my 16th birthday. We were by like Salem, Jefferson area, Albany, which would have been the west side of the Cascades, the wet side, as they say. Hey guys, thanks for the subscriptions. We moved back fairly quickly. It was like 5 months in because my mom's asthma couldn't take it with all the moisture, as well as the mold in the air, like got into her eczema and her skin and like the pores and just messed her up. Yeah, it wasn't very good. Guys, 45 of you in the chat. Thank you so much for coming by. If you like that, double tap the screen and look. Those are our subscriptions right there. We'd love to get that up if you like this type of stuff. And if you want to keep coming back, turn on the notifications. We also take requests. If you want to see a gun, ask if I have it. If I do, I'll put it on the table. Tomorrow's live chat, 6 p.m. Arizona time. Hey, Savage, welcome. Hey, T. Smith, what's going on, brother? I don't know. I don't get around to buying new guns very often, but when I do, I don't want a pea shooter. But that's just me. Yep. So a lot of these I specifically got for when my nephews and stuff come by. I always wanted a 1022, and so let's see. The first one I got was the one with the scope here, and that one's my beat around one. Even though it's got it was brand new when I got it, even though it was on the used shelf. Nobody ever shot it. It has stickers on it still. But I wanted a really nice 1022 that reminded me of my dad, because that would have been, that one right there is very similar to his. Mine, though, is the 75th anniversary because it's new. So it's a little bit different. But I grew up using one just like this pretty much. Stainless steel 1022. I was like 3 or 4 when my dad bought it. Started shooting it when I was 5 or 6. Loved the little thing. So I finally spent a little extra, although it was on sale when I got it. And got that one. These 2 other ones I specifically got for when my nephews come. That one's a little Winchester. I forget what model that is. Single shot. It's in pretty good shape. And then the other one's a weird brand. It's called Schleppschley Nitro King or something. Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, these are all 22s in either 22 long rifle or 22, what do you call it? Magnum. 2 of them are 22 Magnum. Hey, welcome John Winks. How are you doing? I think I've seen you here in the chat, or at least somebody's chat. Thanks for coming by. If you like the stuff, double tap the screen, and maybe you like it a lot and you want to subscribe if you aren't. And how are you doing this evening, by the way? I suppose, or maybe it's morning over by you. Early morning if you're over there in UK. Across the pond, as they say. Which is where one of our friends are on here. Mango in Tahiti. He's from over there. And so is, his name is, we call him Mr. Bean, or they call him Beanie. Yes, sir, I like all guns. Own any CZs? I have one. I just took it off the table because we were doing 22s all the day. It is in the safe. It's a CZ52. It is chambered in the 7.62 by the 25 Tuckeroff. Hey, Skylar, welcome to chat. I'm not sure if I've seen you in here. Thank you so much for coming by. If you like the stuff, double tap the screen. Appreciate you. And subscribe. We did get one more. Thank you. We got 579. Be nice to get past 600 tonight, wouldn't it, folks? Think we could? Maybe that's being a little bit presumptuous, or whatever you call it. Mr. Mango. Mangy? I know who Mango is. Hey, we got one more. Thank you, folks. Look at that. We went up. Thank you so much. Come on, guys. Let's hit that 600. Yeah, there's 45 people in the chat. If we got all men, guys, I know your conscience is bugging you because you didn't push the like button, right? Up here on the top. You didn't push that like button. Your conscience is bugging you. I can hear it going searing. No. Maybe, too, it's because you didn't subscribe. No, we're good. We're good. I like to tease sometimes. That would be nice. Yeah, actually, I thought about that last night, but I was like, last night's didn't go the greatest. It was good. I mean, we still had 3,000 something views total that people came in and out and viewed it. Active people, I think, went up to maybe 110 at once, or it was 80 something that we had in the chat total. But continuous active back and forth, 120 something, I think, or something, yeah. Working on what you working on, brother? Don't leave us hanging like that. ... What you working on, Skylar? Tell us all about it. We're in my collection now. Good for you. What you starting on? What's like your gun you started with? Like mine was at 22 in the back, and this little one here, and then I have a revolver. That was my first revolver. It's a 32 Smith & Wesson short. Those were the three. And then my first shotgun was a 12 gauge. I used to have it up there. Where did I put that thing? Had it up there just a little bit ago. Oh, I stuck it inside the safe. It was a 12 gauge Sears and Roebuck 1200, made by Remington. $50 at a yard sale. The collection is never finished yet until you croak. Unless you're like the guy that's like, all I need is a shotgun, a 22, a hunting rifle, and a pistol, and then you're done, right? Hey, that's fine. Kudos to them. It's called self-control, and your wallet gains money. Hey, we got one more. Thank you. Yeah, what you working on, brother? Skylar. What you starting up on? Like a 22 or 9 mils, or what you got brand-wise? Maybe you got an AR. We got one AR over here. Right there. It's a Delton. Next to the tactical AK shotgun with magazines. Here's our really long shotgun. Goes all the way to the top of the cabinet to the bottom. 36 inch, I think it is. 12 gauge Mossberg. Sorry, it's a Marlin. It's called the Original Goose. A question of the day is, are 22s relevant today still? Question of the day. It was in the title, sorry. Hey, we got one more subscription. Thank you. And that's what's on the table. Those are all 22s. The little Black Widow here, that one is 22 Magnum. And then this one currently is 22 Magnum, but you can flip the cylinder and put 22 long rifles in it. What's up, Renzo the Red? Where's Renzo the White? Where'd he go? Or the Blue? We got to have red, white, and blue. Where they at, brother? You sub. Thank you, John Wanks. Appreciate it. How's Renzo doing this evening? They're very good for beginners. Definitely. This one, though, is so enjoyable, this little single shot. Every time I use it and I'm done doing a short with it, I'll shoot it a whole bunch more because it's so accurate at 20 yards. It is so neat. Okay, so this one here is a Stevens. Let's see if I can get in there from here. It's called a J. Stevens and Company, I think. This one right here, it's currently being worked on. I need to find a spring for it for the hammer. That's the only thing that's missing. That one's actually worth like $500, even though it's only a 22. That one is by E. Allen and Company, Winchester, Massachusetts. The patent on it is 1865, and it's got the rosewood handles. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. What do we got? Started with a 12 gauge Stevens. Good. Stevens are good. I like Stevens. I got a few of them. Hey, thanks for the subscription. When I was 12. Nice. Now I have a lot of ARs. Sweet. Semi-auto pistols. Just got my first 1911. Awesome, brother. I just used my 1911. Didn't use it. Almost thought I needed to. There's a story behind that. Today when I was dove hunting, I have a Springfield 1911 A1. So last night I put all my almost every single pistol I own that I was willing to take on a long hike on the table, and I asked which one should I bring as a sidearm. There was two people who was like, "You don't need a shotgun, you got your shotgun." Blah, blah, blah. I was like, whatever. But so what had the most votes honestly was the 500. It had 5 votes. The next was the 1911, but I was not going to bring that 500 because I don't have a holster for it. First lever action happens to be 22. Nice. I have a lever action. Speaking of which, why is that one not out here? Wait a minute. Maybe it is. I'll have to check. What are those singles? Okay. Did you not hear me earlier? What they were? Maybe I wasn't clear. I would say that 22 caliber firearms are the best for beginners and inexperienced practice. Do you get any doves? I shot at a couple, but unfortunately, I started out with my Weatherby 20 gauge, and I think the choke just is not good for number 6. I did not get any. And so I switched over to my 12 gauge Remington 1200, and I only shot at 2 at that point after I switched over. I changed locations as well, but I should have brought 7.5. I probably would have got all of them. Because I didn't bring those because Arizona doesn't care if you use lead or not. But I was like, well, I want to be conservative, and so I didn't bring lead. Other than for my little 410 I did, but I didn't even use that. I just brought it. But yeah, I was like, bummers. I ended up not getting anything. Wasn't very happy about that. Problems here. My asthma is kicking in. Sorry, guys. I got something doing. I'm doing something right now. So give me a little bit. If you don't mind. Don't mean to mess with the chat here. Just having some issues here. One of the buttons fell over, and so we got an issue. As long as they stay there. I want to say I touched something when nothing happened. All right, let me see here, folks. Don't let him kid y'all. He was watching D-Boss live. Well, I was at a water pond, sitting there, and D-Boss popped on, and so I'm like, I typed, "Hey." He's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Well, I'm sitting here actually watching you do a dove hunt." And he's like, "You should pay attention to your dove hunt." And I'm like, "Well, I'm just waiting for them to land." And then he told a story about someone he called. And the guy's like, "Dude, don't call me. I'm up on a tree stand 20 feet up in the air." A Mauser. Hey, I got a Mauser. It's a Turkish Mauser. This one right there. It's from 1939. 118 of you in the chat. Thank you for coming by. If you like this stuff, double tap that screen, folks, and subscribes. Do any hunting other than doves? I'm a big deer and turkey hunter, but small game. Okay, so I'm finally actually going to do some hunting, bigger game, mid-November, whitetail. Yeah, I was going to say foxtrot because that's who I thought it was, but I didn't want to actually mess up. Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. Hey, welcome, Cannabis. How are you? Nice. I have a Heritage Rough Rider right here. So mine is, I changed the handles out. It had the Cocobolo like orangey red. I didn't like that, so I changed them out. And currently we have the 22 Magnum cylinder in it. And right there's the 22 LR. So yeah. So yeah, the subject today was all 22s. That's what all these are, 22s. There's our Henry lever. There's our 1022 75th anniversary. We got this oddball Schleicher Nitro King. And then we got a Winchester. And then another 1022. And my first rifle I ever bought. Right there, the 22 right there, Savage, when I was 18. Welcome back. Bruce, I think you've been in here before. Maybe not. Hey, Cannabis, appreciate you coming by. If you like this stuff, double tap the screen. And we are trying to get this to 600, folks. Do you think we can do that tonight? Thank you. I don't know. Did you happen to see my other stuff? We got a 10-gauge double barrel Beretta, a sniper rifle. Welcome, Jay Claxton. We got all these. You got a barkeep. Yeah, those are neat. With the bird's head. Let's see here. We got some other stuff in the corners here. If you see something, ask questions. Let me know. We got 2 little shotguns that are 9 rimfire Flowbirds down there. And some double barrel shotties. There you go, Papa. Feast your eyes. Feast your eyes, Papa. You know you like them. Where's that drool? I just need a gun for cheap. But decently working, I would say if you have, well, depending what your budget is, we could maybe help you out. Hey guys, we got one more. Thank you. Those are my babies. Yeah. This one definitely is my 10-gauge Beretta. She my baby. 150 likes would be nice. I know that's how many people are watching. Hey, what's up, Prepper27? Not sure which one you are. How are you? Were you the one who just did a live earlier with the other fella? Hey, we got another subscription. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Double tap that screen and like. There's 125 of you in the chat. It's very easy just to double tap the screen. No exercise needed hardly. It's easier than, those little controllers you use for your video games. Like that's wearing on your fingers, but you just go like that and you're done. Done, you can go home. Yeah, you could get one of those. Honestly, I was going to say that, but I was going to say some people hit on them pretty hard just because they're ugly. They are ugly, but they work. That's the thing. Most of the time they work. Now the 380, don't get the 380. Don't get the high 43. That's the one that doesn't work. Get either the 9 or the 10. I would say get a 9. Get a 9 mil. I think the 45 works decently too. Bros, all the lives I've done, enjoyed the one. I just done boosting everyone else. That was fire. Sweet. Fidel Juarez. How are you doing? Juarez. What's up, brother? ¿Qué pasó, hermano? ¿Dónde está vive? Welcome, Mountain Dark Rancher. What's up? You're in the channel too. You might have been here before. Can't remember. Thank you for joining us. If you like this stuff, double tap the screen. Like and subscribe. This is Desert Armory and More, where we do lives every night, 6 p.m. Arizona time. We also talk about all sorts of guns. People ask what's good for their first gun, this, that, or the other. We try to help them out the best we can as a group in the chat. I do shorts of shooting, shorts of hiking, shorts of some of my handyman work, shorts of rebuilding guns. I started doing that a little bit. So if you like that stuff, double tap that screen and subscribe. Sounds like my ex-wife, ugly, but she works. Okay. Mike Chugs, welcome to the chat. Interesting. Thanks for letting us know. If you like this stuff, double tap that screen and subscribe. We need 8 more. That made me laugh. All right, what do we got here? 2A the way. Come on, y'all. 10 more to 600. What do we got here? Perfect call. Welcome. I haven't seen you here. Yo, what's up, brother? What do you think about Master Chief? Master Chief? Is that a, I don't know what that is. Isn't it like a movie or video game reference? I don't do either much, so video games not at all. It was unexpected. Yeah, it was, right? Almost there, brothers. Shorts of shorts to do. Don't forget that. Yep. Shorts are very good. I did a whole bunch today of my hiking while I was dove hunting. Dove hunting kind of went to the crapper, so I decided to do some exploring in some old mines. I'm curious, what is the brand of those single shots, $20 one with a brass frame? Okay, let me get up to you here real quick. So the brass frame run I'm currently working on because the spring for the hammer was missing. That actually is worth like $500, believe it or not. It is a super rare with the ejector. Like some of them don't have the ejector. This one does. Like I said, though, it's in parts right now. Rosewood handles. This one is called a E. Allens and Company, Winchester, Massachusetts. Allen's Pat, March 7th, 1865. And this little one here is a Stevens, a J. Stevens. I shoot 22 CBs and 22 shorts in that. That way it's not overpowered. I can do 20 yards with that on a little 1 foot by 10-inch plate. No problem. That thing is so accurate. I don't know if it has to do something with that target sight there, but it is like so nice. Now, someone did refinish that one, I believe. This one I just cleaned up lightly, cleaned up some of the tarnish on the brass and lightly cleaned the barrel. I don't think it ever had bluing on that thing. It's so old. Anyways, yeah, I've seen some people use the nail for ejector. Correct. That actually has an ejector. So instead of a brake barrel like this thingy, this actually swings sideways, and it has this little thing that stays stout out when you twist it, and it ejects the shell. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, people use their nails all the time. I would run the 22 shorts on that as well, or the CBs. What's the lever action? Oh, right there's a 22. So these are all 22s we're talking about. The subject today was, are 22s relevant for today, for your collection? So these are all 22s. That's a 22 Henry. And then we've got all these lever actions over here. 30-30 Rossi right here. That's a Rio Grande. Right here's a Winchester Model 94. 25-35. That's a early 1900s. This one's a late 1800s, 1895 Winchester Model 92 hexagon barrel and a 32-20. This is a 25-20 early 1900s Model 92, and this is a Stevens 25 rimfire. Hey, what's up, Hussein? What's up? You have a nice collection. Thank you. You didn't even see them all yet. You see the double barrels? These ones, they're my favorite, just about. Not quite. I really like double barrels. I work on old ones, like they're worn out or whatever. I'll find parts, piece them together. We got two over here we're working on. This one needs a forearm. The barrel's separate from the butt part. I found the butt part elsewhere and the barrel elsewhere. And so I fit them together, but it needs a little work yet, and then I need a forearm. This one here, I just found a butt for it, but it still needs the trigger sets. My 22 Henry, very relevant today, matters of fact. It's my bet. I love that little thing, other than it's got some problems. So I need to send it in. The slide part that goes back and forth in the back doesn't slide forward enough, so when the trigger goes, there's a gap in between the shell and the shell and the firing pin, so it doesn't go unless you do 4 or 5 hammer pulls. Then it will. Somebody say double barrel shotties right there. Hey, by the way, we need 2 more folks. Guys, there's 121 of you in the chat. Could you get us some more subscriptions? 1 more, folks. We're trying to get to over 600 tonight. 120 of you in the chat. And it's going pretty good. Appreciate it. What do we got here? Hey, we got 600, folks. Thank you all. Round of applause. Thank you, guys. I have a National Ordnance 1903 A3. Where can I get parts for it? Numex, something like that it's called. Numex and Apex something. Yes, half of the fun is Eastern Washington. Do you mind putting those names in for Bass by the Pond in the chat? Numex and that Apex, whatever it's called. Greetings again from Arizona City. Hey, Steve, welcome, fellow Arizonian. I'm down south from you. I'm off of I-10 near Tucson. I don't live in Tucson, but how much were those smaller wheel guns, if you don't mind? The smaller wheel gun. Oh, these 2 little ones? So this one is another one I'm working on. That one needs some of the timing set built. That was like 110 or something. It's mostly a wall hanger right now. This I got from a swap meet for like 120 buckaroos. It's a 22 mag. And then this here's a Heritage Rough Rider. You can get them for about $100. There you go. Where was that? Bass by the Pond. Eastern Washington just stuck the name of those two companies, Numeric Apex and Sarco. Hopefully you're able to see those. Those are good places for parts. And then it also has the cylinder to change over. That's separate. You got to buy the 22 mag reel separate from that one. Hey, what's up? Red Baron, how's it going? I know you lost a loved one a couple weeks back. You doing okay still? I like my Taurus TX22. Those are nice. This is a Taurus here. It is a... it's flipped around the other way, but I forget what number that one is. It's got the tip-up barrel on it. Hey, Sean. How's it going? Sean Sizemore. Man, I love my M22's greatness. Love your channel. Thank you. Appreciate it. M22. Who makes the M22? Would that be a Colt? Hey, I'm back. Welcome back, my friend. No clue, boss. Bass. Sorry. Or do you call it bass? Bass by the pond? It'd have to be bass by the pond since you're talking about water. I'm a professional gunsmith along with security guard. Hee. So I get TI and make my own parts. Nice. I went to one of those 22 mags, but Heritage is considerably cheaper. Yes, it is. Yeah. You can, around Thanksgiving, some places have them for $100. And then if you pay about $30, $25 more, you'll get the other cylinder. Liberty Tree is another one, but costs more. Okay. For parts. Marcelino, what are you doing? How's it going? For real? I heard they're making them for it. That's cool. You got the Barkeep Heritage with the bird's head. Yeah, Papa just said he's got one of those too. I decided to get the Westerner looking. Mine was the Coca-Cola wood, which was like an orangey color, and I didn't like that, so I got these nice etched looking. I think they might be rosewood. Mike, who's in that chat? That's my middle name, by the way. Welcome. Marcelino, I don't know if they might be on sale sometimes right around 120 day after Thanksgiving. I think the 1022 is the best. It is. I would say it is. There's a couple that are really, really close. But all around, I'd say the 1022. I have two of them. I have this wood one in front here that's stainless. And then I have another one with that scope here. That one's full black. What's the cut nails for? Oh, those. I found those. Good eye. I found those on my hike today. After I was done dove hunting, I kind of gave up because I couldn't find any really. This was right next to a pit mine, like a shaft going down about maybe 120 feet. And those were sitting right beside it. These are nails, by the way, YouTube. Those are nails. Old square cut nails. Handmade, probably. This one's just a tip, I guess. And that one's snapped off. Maybe that's for that one. Yeah, pretty cool. Let's see. I don't know, are they? For what? Oh, for the 1022s, are they the best? Oh, are 22s relevant for today? That's the question of the day, Bob Probert. Welcome to the chat, by the way. I think I remember you. Best 22 pistol? I would say of revolvers, it would probably be, what do they call that? The Super 6 or Single 6? But for semi-automatics, that's a little hard because semi-automatic rimfires are a little finicky. I have this Walther right here, which is a P22. Awesome little gun. It's been great. The ejector had some issues, so they put a new ejector in it and a new slide on top. And then this little pop-up Taurus things. I mean, I only have about 20 shots through that one. That one I probably have like $5,000, 5,000 rounds through it. Yeah, I put a lot through it. Well, not me, my nephews. Dude, they go through so many of those. Hey, welcome to the chat, Elijah. We got some more subscriptions. Appreciate it. Could you do an AR-15 platform build live? Nope, you cannot, unfortunately. That would be considered touching guns when it's live, and you can't. Okay, brothers, night meds finally kicking in. I enjoyed all y'all love. Guys, see you all tomorrow. Papa Pew Pews, see you tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for helping push some of the channels earlier in your chat. Appreciate that. I'm sure they do too. I have a Marlin 795 rifle. I wonder if they're worth more now since they sold one. If it's a real Marlin, yeah, it'll definitely be more. What's it chambered in? I'm taking it's a bolt action. Yeah, that would be nice to do a build live, but unfortunately, YouTube doesn't allow that. I think a long time ago they did, but someone offed themselves, or a couple of them did on a live, and yeah, that got shut down. But yeah, we've got other stuff here. We have a few military stuff here. We got an SKS from 1940. I just found that out. This one is actually not a military, it's just sitting in there. A lever action 10 gauge from 1901, model 1901. This one is a Mauser from Turkey from 1939 or 38. And this is a 303 British Lee Enfield number 4 Mark 1. And then we got a double barrel Beretta Silverhawk from 60. And we've got ourselves a sniper rifle, Ruger Precision. And then we've got these lever actions down here. 2 Model 94s here. 190, or sorry, those are 92s. This is a 94. This is a Rossi, looks like a 94, it kind of is. And this is a single shot Stevens 25 rimfire. Do you own 32 rimfire? I do not. I have a gun that shoots it. It's not out here because these are all 22s. I have one that's from. Well, I also have a rifle that does too. Where's that little booger at? Right in here, this hexabarrel one right there. That hexabarrel one. It's a single shot. Here's the rest of it right here. Single shot Remington number 4 rolling block. It's 32 rimfire. So what I need to do is buy. You can buy the 32 rimfire cases that somebody machined the back end out so you can put a 22 blank in it. And then when you want to reload it, you just pop out the blank and put a new blank in. It's like its own primer. You buy any guns off? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. This one was right here. This one was. That one was. Nothing in that corner was, I don't think. This was, but I bought it locally. It was a guy across the way here. Not that one. That was, yeah, this one right here was bought locally. He's across about an hour and 15 minutes from me. Older gentleman. He has an FFL anyways, but this one's considered an antique, so don't need any papers for it anyways. It's at $18.95. That one was bought there. This was there. That was there. That was there. This one was from off of there. The SKS was off of there. That tactical shotgun back there was off of there. So is this Mauser. Forgot about that one. Sorry, not a Mauser. Mosin Nagant. That's in the wrong place. That needs to be over here. Oh well. Let's see. That was. I got a lot of stuff from GB. What's up, Fact Seeker? How you doing? So far, the Taurus TX22 is my favorite 22. Nice. How are you doing, Fact Seeker? Thank you for coming by. You know what to do. Double tap that screen. Uh-oh, our subscription counter shut off. We got to fix that, folks. We have to fix that. There we go. There we go. How are we doing, by the way, Fact Seeker? I found a 380 high point with a current. Don't buy that one. No, I'm sure it starts with that. Don't get a 380. Get a 9 of a high point. 380s, they are problematic. Don't get that. I remember buying an SKS for $100 when Clinton was president. No Ben yet. I got mine for a steal, even as it is. It was one of the ones that was on GB that fell through the cracks where no one else was bidding. So I got it for just over 400 cheeseburgers. Taurus $22 pistol is one of my favorite. Good. Nice. This one is, right here's a 22 Taurus. I forget what it's called, a PTX 22 or something. It's got the tip-up barrel, kind of like the Berettas 32 and 22 they make. They do not want that. Yeah, don't get that one. The revolver with no trigger, just fire it with the hammer. Which? There's some that are that way? That you just fire with the trigger? No, what was that? Just fire with the hammer. Oh, here. No, that one I'm currently working on, that little guy. The spring for the hammers broke. It was broken when I bought it off of GB. Was so same with this one I got off of GB. Um, so I have it. It's just the barrel's just sitting on it. I just wanted to set it up there because this was all my 22s, and so the theme tonight was all 22s. They do want that gun. Let's see. What about 22 and FRT? I heard they work. Someone was just mentioning that they have one in their Taurus TX22. My favorite for my because I have sentimental values to it as well is this Savage 22 Mark II. Um, that was my first gun I ever bought, and then yeah, it looks pretty cool. It's brass, yeah. It's really rare. Like that fixed up. That little 22 is worth $500. It's my most expensive 22. I didn't pay that much, but that's how much it's worth with its fixed. Yeah, that is a very, very rare gun. I have to find some spring steel and make one for it. Fact Seeker says good, and you think 22 still has its applications? Yeah, I think it does. Varmints, like little squirrels, woodpeckers. Nobody, tree huggers didn't hear that one, did? Environmentalists? Yeah, I killed woodpeckers. Hello, gotcha. Cool looking. Yeah, it's really nice. Let me see here. I think the chat froze up again. I'll be right back. There we go. Refreshed it. Hear me okay, I think? Hopefully. Yeah, I like little 22s. A lot of these stuff I got for when my nephews come around. I mean, I love plinking with 22s. It's super cheap. It's fun. That little lever action when it was working right. It needs to be sent back to Henry. Fun as ever. Just ching, ching, ching. I mean, even my littlest nephew, one of my littlest nephews at the time, he was like 4, and I held the back end for him, cocked it for him, and he held the front, and pew! Which one do I want next? I'm not sure, honestly. I keep hearing good things about the TX22. Maybe it'll be that one. I was just at the Gun and Pawn yesterday, and they had one. It was a decent price, too. I don't remember exactly how much it was, but good for money, saving on ammo. Yeah, no joke. Hey, welcome, Killer Shot. How are you doing? Is your profile picture, is that a a P320? No worries, brother. I got one too, an M18. I got it like 3 years ago at a pawn shop with a Romeo sight on it for a pretty good deal. So far, going good. We're what, 50-something minutes in? We got 25 people in the chat. You got to change that. Yeah, that I was like, is that what I think it is? Hey, I got one too, brother. No worries. Mine seems to be working okay. I did some of those tests. I even did a little short about it. I don't know. I think what it was is there was a batch of X amount that the quality control somehow passed, even though the fitment was bad. What we got? SIG is not looking too good right now. No, well, at least not those. Excuse me. My 2 SIGs I own, I bought used, so thankfully no benefits went to them. Both were pawn shops. My 365, which is one of my EDCs, that was a pawn shop here in Arizona, and the P320 was when I lived in Cali for a while. It was from a pawn shop there. So same here. I did too, but you never know. Yeah, it could have been a bad batch. That's what it's looking like, because not everyone does it. It seems like it's a certain number that does. And then obviously I don't like how SIG handled the whole thing. What about the Rossi 22? A bolt action or lever? Or do they have a semi-auto? Yeah, they have a semi-auto too. I hear they're good. What's your most commonly shot pistol? It's not up there right now. Of what's up there would be this one here, my 22 Walther. Either that or this one, my Mark IV Ruger. This 22 is a P22. Change my EC to the SIG Fuse. I hear those are good. There was one that recently came into the Gun and Pawn as well. They buy new stuff too, by the way. This pawn shop. They're mostly, they have more guns than pawn stuff in there. They had one there, and I was looking. I was like, whew, yeah, that looks nice. It fit in the hand nice, just like I have the 365 macro. So it's a little smallish, but it's perfect for carrying. The rusty is good, but they do have extended mags for them. Nice. What are the 4 rifles in the back? Okay, so let me put those for you here. So this one in the very back is my first 22 rifle I ever bought. It's a Savage Mark II. And then this one's a 1022. That one has a Vortex Crossfire 2 scope on it. The other one has a Cabela's 22 Magnum scope on it. This one here is a bolt action Winchester. I forget what model that thing is, single shot. That one automatically, when you bring the bolt back, it automatically cocks the, what'd you say, the firing pin. Now this little cheapy one that looks like a 1x4, that thing's some weird brand. It's called Shepshley King Nitro. And it's pretty much how Cricket works. You open up the breech, put a bullet in, close it, and then pull that thing back manually, like a Cricket. Let's see. The X macro is nice. Yeah. I don't have the X. I think it's just a plain old macro, unless that's what they were. Nope. No airsoft here, brother. We do have a pellet gun over there. It's got air in it. That's a PCP 25 caliber. It's a good quality one. It's not some cheapy thing. It was over $400. What are y'all's thoughts on the new XM250 light machine gun? Don't know what that is, Sane, unfortunately. I don't think I've seen it, so don't have much about it. That SA is awesome. Thank you. This one is just a cheap one. I do have higher quality in there, but that's just a cheap. With the 2 cylinders is like 150 buckaroos. Your Tanner, oh, thank you. Looks like yours. So mine is a Delton AR-15, yeah. I have a three times magnifier and a crossfire, strike fire, sorry, red dot. Those are both Vortex. How much was a Schleppsphere? I got that, I think originally the tag on it was 100 cheeseburgers. I got it for 80, if I recall. It's the new military standard LMG. Okay. Other than 22, can you go over all the guns out in the background? Oh, sure. Yeah. So this one right here is a 303 British Lee Enfield number 4 Mark 1. This one here is a Mauser made in this one's a 43, by the way. This one is made in 38 or 39 of 1900s. The one behind it with the big barrel, which is not supposed to be over here, I don't know why it's here. It's a lever action 10 gauge right here, made in 1901, and the model is 1901. This is an SKS made in 1940. The stock, though, is made in 1930, but the rest are all parts matching. Here's a double barrel Beretta Silverhawk 10 gauge made in 1960. We've got ourselves here a sniper rifle Ruger Precision in the 338 Lapua. Let's see here. On the bottom we have a Rio Grande 3030 Rossi made by Taurus, technically like a Model 94. This is a Model 94 carbine saddle ring. It's on the other side of the ring. Chambered in 2535. That's early 1900s. This one's late 1800s right here. Model 94 Winchester 3220. This one here is made in early 1900s. It's a 2520 Winchester, and it is a Model 92. This is a Stevens rimfire single shot made by Stevens. And then we got a tactical shotgun 12 gauge by Atlantic Firearms, the DD112 or something they call it. Then the Delton AR. We have a shotgun we're working on here. The bag of parts is here, the barrel and the butt. These are parts for a 22 I've been working on, trying to get parts. This little guy here is a rimfire 32 Remington rolling block number 4. This is a Mosin Nagant from 43. The strap's from 53 though. We got a big old 36-inch 12-gauge shotgun right there. That's made by Marlin. Right beside it, the black stock one is a 308 Savage Gen 1 Axis. That I need to offload somewhere. I need to get rid of that one. Then we have a Model 99 Savage chambered. It's a lever action, chambered in 300 Savage. We got an AK. It's a Kalashnikov. And then we have a Kentucky rifle here that eventually I want to get working. It's early 1800s, late 17s. 2 shotguns we're working on right here. This one's a 5.77 Schneider made by Enfield. But it was the Nepalese. Yeah, there we go. Nepalese version. You'll take that. No, that one's mine. And then I have, here's a model 75, made in Yugoslavia. It's a Zastava 16 gauge. And then we have American Arms 12 gauge here. And then we have another 12 gauge here. This one I got from a swap meet, missing that rabbit ears for $100 or 120 buckaroos. And then we've got, that one's made by H.J. Sterling, this one here. This one's made by F. Williams. It's a 12 gauge. It's a higher quality one. It's got a lot of etching on it. And then this is a 10 gauge that I reblued. Unfortunately, the receiver is case hardened, so it didn't take very well. Still need to put some oil on the butt and then do a little more tightening of the locking mechanism. Hey, welcome. Berserker Ballistics. 22s are worth it. Hey, I saw you this morning. I wasn't able to comment or anything. I saw you on. I hopped on to double tap the screen, and that was all. Because I was on a dove hunt that didn't go very well. It went south. So, yeah, anyways. Love the side-by-sides. Me too. Awesome collection. Thank you. You would be a great salesman. Maybe. I'll take it. Nope, not for sale. Awesome collection. Lots of history. Yep. Nice. Thank you. Let's see. Anything else? It happens. Not all hunts go. Yeah, it was dove. You would think I'd get a dove, right? So I was using a 20 gauge that I'm not super familiar with. I haven't shot it a lot. And I think the choke was just wrong for number 6 for dove. So I switched it out with my 12 gauge fixed modified choke. And but then at that point, nobody showed up. None of them showed up. So it was kind of sad. I think one showed up after that. I saw you in my live. Always appreciate you when you come. Yeah, no worries, brother. I really like your channel and what you do too. So, what is that one you usually have in the back? An AR-65 Creedmoor? What is that usually? What about modern guns? I do have modern guns. Yeah, as you can tell, a lot of mine are classic. I have a lot of modern firearms that are handguns. Like, obviously, that's modern. This is modern looking. That's modern. That would be more modern here. That would be more modern. But, like, I have a lot of handguns that would be, like, I have a 500 Magnum, a 460 Magnum, a 357 Magnum. I got a lot of 9mm. Yeah, the one you usually have in your green screen. You changed it the other day to something else, which I thought was nice. And then someone was like, change it back. We don't like that. I don't remember what it was. Was it a Canic? I can't remember. Let's see. I got something from Dust Cover Actual from Blinkies with Ballistics. 5.56 Diamondback. Okay, it's a Diamondback. Got you. It looked kind of similar to, although it had a metal handguard all over the end. Kind of similar color coding to that. Yes, that one right there is a 22. It's a Henry. Thanks for the subscription. Someone just gave me a 612. Appreciate that. Saw a streamer getting stacked and he shot the guy with one of those 20. For reals? 22 mags. This one's a 22 mag here currently, and that thing is a little 22 mag. Dude, that's sad. Or who's the one who did the shooting? The stalker did it? I mean, if it's the streamer protecting himself, that's not sad. That's just him protecting himself. But if it's the other way around, that's stupid. The stalker. That shouldn't happen. The other way around, that's 2A America right there. I do rabbits and ground squirrels. What's up with Nazi gun? Is it from the era? Oh, I don't have a Nazi gun. None of mine are Nazi. I do have some, do I have a German? Mauser. I have a Mauser. It's a Mauser 8mm. Made in 1938 or 39. The reading's a little hard to see. The streamer. Okay, well then that's fine. He's protecting himself. Thanks for the subscription, guys. Someone just gave me one. Do you hunt small game? Yeah. Like I said, I do rabbits. I haven't did rabbits in a while, but squirrels. They're in Cali, California, where I live. There were so many rock squirrels, and so they would tear up people's chicken coops, make their feeders fall over, their water buckets. So in my spare time, I was like, "Hey, if you want me to, I'll just take care of them in my spare time." And they're like, "Sure." And they're like, "We're willing to pay for your ammo." I'm like, "Sure, why not?" Oh, nice. What's the all black pistol far right? Far right, this one right here. That is a Mark IV. I think they call it a 2520. It'd say it on the other side. It's a Mark IV Ruger. I recently got 2 more mags for that. So I have, was it 5 now, I think? What's interesting is the California edition, which is what this is. The back end where the mag goes is flush versus the other ones have a notch sticking out of. So on the ones I got, I have to yeah, it does look like a Luger. So does the some of the Buckmasters do too, of the Brownings. I wish it was one of those. Yeah, it's a Mark IV. Yep. Oh, you're wondering if that was a Nazi gun, as in a Luger or a broom handle? No, a Mauser broom handle. No, I wish. Oh boy, do I wish that was a broom handle or Mauser or a Luger. Phew. I was able to find a Luger. I didn't buy it. That was not collection value, but it was shootable. Looked half decent. It was under $1,000. Got to go. Have a great stream, bud. Thank you. Berserker Ballistics, thank you for coming by. And whenever you pop on, if it notifies me, I like double tapping and then getting out of there. They say the Mark IV is best in that caliber. It could be. Yeah, not sure. Just gotta let it shimmy out. Which? What do we have to shimmy out? Cannabis? Not sure what you're meaning for that one. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Berserker. Thank you. So I had an interesting experience on one of my hikes today. Oh, the mark. Yeah, yeah. I just zipped it off with a belt sander and then smoothed it out with smoother paper. So I went one of these old mines today, and I got in and it was kind of easy to get in by hand, no problem, and crawl out of there. Some rocks were hitting the bottom there, and then it went like in straight, and I started walking in straight, just about to, and all of a sudden, I got scared half to death, almost, no, not quite. It was rattlesnake in this mine, so I got out of there. I have a video short of it. I'm gonna post it here shortly. Gotta go. Bye, aliens of the internet. Bye bye. See you, Sane. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for behaving. I appreciate that. Yeah, those are 10 rounds. I don't know if they make any bigger for those. Does anybody know if they do? Like this thingy right here, the Walther P22, the non-California compliant has a 12, I believe. But I was able, even when I was living in California, they shipped out the extensions for it. Most of those say not legal for California, but they shipped them out, and I got the bigger block on them. Now they're 15. So I've got like 5 that shoot 15. I think it's 5 of them, or is it 4? It's pretty cool. Do they have a Mark V? I have no idea. I don't know. Do they even have a Mark V out yet of the 2550 or whatever they call that thing? Hey, what's up? I used to have that P22 in Coyote Brown. It's cool. Yeah, I like mine a lot. They did not have the tan. Otherwise, I would have bought the tan. It might be one of those things that California didn't even allow the tan, maybe. They might have not had California compliant. Because that's where I lived when I bought it. When I started collecting more about 5 years ago, that was my first one I started with. And then the next was my first 9mm. I don't think there is a Mark V. Yeah, I didn't think so either. I think the 4 is the current one. Then they had a 3, a 2, and obviously the first one. I wouldn't mind getting the metal frame. This one's not the metal frame. They do have a Mark V that's the metal frame. It's a little bit different. The handle slants differently, so you got to really watch out when you do those mags, when you buy mags for them. Let's see. That's cool. Where in Cali? I used to live, so where Fresno is, If you go straight east out of Fresno, there's a highway called 180, and it goes up to the Big Sequoias. I was right before the Big Sequoias in a park called, a town called Squaw Valley. If you look it up now, it's called Yucats Valley. I was there 12 years. Before that, I was outskirts of Tucson here, in Arizona. They do, but it has a Picatinny rail. Yes, they do. There's also all sorts of variants of it that are like professional shooting. And then the one company that starts with a V, Vescalornex or something. I forget what they're called. You remember what they're called? Everyday Carry? I almost thought you had one. It's the fancy version of the Mark V. Sorry, the Mark IV. Volcarson or something like that. Volcarson? It's modeled after this, but it's like $1,000. It's like crazy expensive, but they're like high precision. Yeah, they're really cool. I've never seen one. I've seen the Mark IV Tactical that has the rail. Yeah, but they have all sorts. They have some like an internal barrel with like red on the outside. That's a barrel that's hollow. Some higher ends of these of the Mark V or Mark IV. Sorry. They got some pretty neat stuff of them, but it's like you're putting so much into this 22 already, price wise, for just a 22. I mean, even my Walther was pretty expensive. I think I was just under 400 with that because it's Cali approved. They charge more because they have to make them specific, I guess. Guys, if you're new to the chat, welcome to Desert Armory and More. We talk about guns. Sometimes we talk about what's the best gun for this, that, or the other. Sometimes we get people in, which we did already today. He's like, what should I get for my first pistol? That's cheap. And we're like, well, we gave an option, and some people don't like them, but they work. Thanks for the subscription. Someone just gave me 614. Sometimes we talk about all sorts of stuff. We help each other out, That's what we are like on this 2A content stuff on YouTube. I do shorts of shooting. I do these type of lives, shorts of hiking, shorts of some of my work I do. I'm a handyman, I own my own business. So if you like that type of stuff, double tap the screen and subscribe. Vonte, yo, what's up? Just in time. I was just going to turn the camera over here. One of your faves, right? What's up, Everyday Carry? I'm on your live all the time. Yeah, me too. Not a whole bunch. What would you get for your first AR-15? My first was this one. So I didn't want a cheapie. I know some people get them. Nothing's wrong with them. Plus they're sold out now, but although my local Cal Ranch has them, I didn't want an entry level, I should say, AR-15. I wanted the middle of the road. Now that's up to you. If you can't afford a middle of the road, which this one here is a middle of the road, it's a Delton, which they quit making those too a couple years ago. 750 beans, I think that one was, plus taxes and fees, not counting the sights, because it didn't have any sights other than the front one right there. But some people get the Andersons. They're okay, I guess. They're like the bottom of the barrel. My local pawn shop, Cal Ranch, has them for like under 400 buckaroos. I hear they're half decent. I don't know. I've never shot one. Another one that's a fairly good price too is the Ruger AR-15. I hear is pretty good. I think it would be a little bit cheaper than my Delton, but I'm not 100% sure. My brother has a Stag Arms, but it's a lefty. He special ordered it, so he ejects on the left and charges from the left. He paid, I think, like $1,200 for a stag. Sorry, his is it's full tan, I think, and it's got the cage all the way to the end. Mine's more of an M, like an M4, M16 look. That's kind of what I was going for, style-wise. I just liked it better. Let's see here. Anybody else have other suggestions for your first AR-15? Maybe you guys are saying something and my chat froze. Let me check. Be right back. All right. No, the chat didn't freeze. Okay. Thought it did. Yeah, maybe y'all have some suggestion. What would be a good first AR-15? Bass by the Pond's wondering. Any suggestions, folks? I know a lot of you have AR-15s. It's like the number one sporting rifle in the U.S. I hope you can hear me okay, because the chat went dead for a little bit. Rainer Arms isn't bad. Okay. Rainer. I'm not sure if I've heard of that one. Get your pen ready. Would you buy an AR-15 for $1,000? Let's see here. Or do you think they make good ones below? They make good ones. Mine's like I said, mine's a Delton, and it was like $750 plus tax. Yeah, Palmetto State Armory makes some pretty good ones. I would say they're as good, or I'd say they're probably a little better than Anderson. I was going to get an AR-15 from PSA for $440 on Memorial Day sale, but I never went through with it. Should have. With it, I should have. Okay. Hey, what's up, Pew Pew Yoko? You're the one that had the joint live earlier, and you're like, because I showed this one on the Discord, and you're like, that's got to be Jerome, right? With Desert Army, must be the same guy. 500, okay. They have sales often. Oh, yeah, PSA does. Yeah, they definitely do. Yeah, I would check out Palmetto State Army. I would get one of those, honestly, because they're better than an Anderson. I'm not certain if they still make complete ones, just parts now. Oh, PSA? I don't know about that one. Or you talk about the other one you're talking about, the, where's that at? That one you mentioned. Rainer Arms. Yeah, there you go. It's Everyday Carry. Yep, he was in here earlier. But yeah, the question, Vontae and Pew Pew Yoko, was, are 22 relevant for today? These are all 22s on the table. Two of them are 22 mag. This little Black Widow American firearm thing, that's 22 mag. This this Rough Rider Heritage is 22 mag with the 22 LR cylinder, but the rest are all 22s. But yeah, that was the question of the night. Are 22s relevant for today? And if so, what do you use your 22 for? If you do have one, if you do use one. I think it is. Yeah, same with me. I think it is too, especially when you got a lot of nephews and nieces. That's what a lot of these are used for. They probably have put more rounds for that thing right there than I have. I probably have 2,000 rounds for that thing. Maybe 5. And probably half of them or more are from them. Because they'll go through the 15 now. It had 10s on it. So, EDC, if you're still in here, so I think you said you had one of these, right? And I know you mentioned that, oh, you're so sad it was only 10. And I did post in that chat that there's a company that makes extensions. It's called TKs, but there's a like Toko Como or something, I forget. Those have 15s in them now. I actually was able to get those shipped to Cali somehow. They allowed them. What is your favorite AR chambered in 20? I don't have an AR-22 long rifle. Otherwise it'd be up here. So unfortunately I can't answer that question, but I've thought about it. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought you said. So mine I was able to buy the extensions for. I got 4 or 5 mags that fit 15 in them. You have to take out the little thumb thing that uses to pull it down. You have to take that totally out because the hole for that goes past into this block. Everyday Carry, I can't find your YouTube. Oh, his is called, what is Everyday Carry's handle? Everyday Carry's handle is at capital E, little v, capital R, little y, capital D, little a, little y, capital C, little a, little r, little r, little y. That's his handle. Maybe he wants to post it there. It's a little bit different than what his name is right there. That's what his handle is. This new P322 holds 20. There's a 5+ for it. Dude, and that's a 22 by SIG? I gotta look that one up. I gotta see if I can get it maybe to my local gun and pawn. That way the not as much money goes towards SIG. Thanks, EDC, for putting that up there. Oh, it doesn't have an E though? Maybe I Said it wrong to you. Oh, no, that's right. Yep, there it is. That's a sandal right there. Thanks for posting that. What about your favorite 22 LR ammo? Good question. So most of the time I run just white box Winchester in all of these. And then I'll run the Federals as well, the Federal Power Shock or something. Or the Federal Automatic or something, Automato. That's normally what I run through all these. I recently got some CCI mini mags that I'm going to try out in this one as well as that one. Just see how it works. The other way to spell it was taken, yeah. But then you could make your channel name whatever, but your handle has to be something that wasn't taken. I'm glad mine wasn't taken. I thought for sure that Desert Armory would have been taken, but I guess I put and more, and so it was fine. Like the new mags. Yeah, I just got a box of it yesterday. Here it is. So yesterday at the Gun and Pawn, they sell new ammo too. I got this for $1.80 a round, I think it was. It was like the cheaper. And then I got these. So we'll try them. Growing up, we always shot CCI hundreds in these, just the normal ones. I do have some Stingers that are CCI. I've had those for a while. What's up, Bass by the Pond? Okay. Yeah, mini mags work really good for semi-automatic guns for 22s. Turns out I'm already been sub, and I found your page. Okay, there you go. Yeah, the other day I thought I wasn't subbed to somebody in here. I looked him up and I was like, oh, wait a minute, I am subbed. So someone asked what these square cut nails are all about. So I was up in a mine, or by a mine, and these were sitting by it. These are hand cut square nails that were sitting by it. So I picked them up. I thought they're pretty cool. These bigger ones have a unique little look on them there. Kind of fancier looking. We can get the dumb thing to focus. Yeah, it did for a little bit. There we go, barely. Anyways. The legend, the everyday carry. Yeah. He almost gave up on us. He almost quit doing lives. Maybe just did that just to tickle our fancy. We all told him, no, don't give up. I felt that just for a little bit when I lost 42 subs. Before that, I lost 14, 13. I kept barely gaining any, then fall back exactly what I had. Barely gaining, fall back. And then the one day I gained 42, and I was like, great. And I had 1,000-something views that night. It was great. The next morning, I lost 42 of those, just like that. No, sorry. Less than 20 minutes later, they were gone. That was YouTube. They won't admit to it, but let's see. I found a Rough Rider from PSA for 120. Nice. That's what they normally are, I would say, but then wait until the day after Thanksgiving. They'll sell them for $100. And then buy this. The external cylinder for the 22 mags. I usually lose a couple. Like last night we were at 5. We stopped at 537, I think it was. Sorry, no, 573. 574. The next day it went down to like 569 or something. Then over the day it went back up to 573 and then dropped down to 572. And so we're almost what we were by tonight again. So that was nice. It gives me no option to finance it. Oh, man. Probably because they're like, anybody should have $120 in the pocket. Yeah, I lost a couple subs also, shaking my head, I know. Yeah, that one was, I had to have been YouTube. So I actually reported it. I was like, what's going on? There's no way I can lose 42 subs when I only had like 250. No, it was 199. I had 199 plus 42 subs. Or whatever it was. We gained a whole bunch. I forget what we gained, but somehow I lost 42. And I said, there's no way a little channel like me could lose 42 subs within a couple seconds. Like, less than 20 minutes. There's no way. And they were just making all these excuses, but yeah. Sizzle. Sizzle? I'm not sure what that was. I will wait. Okay, there you go. Lykyk. What's that? A type of jelly? don't know. Likey, yikey, something. 11 you in the chat. Yeah, it dropped down. We're at an hour and a half almost, hour and 25. So did any of you all go dove hunting at all? Like, it was not good for me. Between my gun not working right, because I think it was the wrong choke for number 6. Yeah, right. I don't know what he's saying. Or yeah, there were some people that said they had the dove season the same time we're having ours here in Arizona. September 1st. Mine's 1st through the 15th, and then they have a middle one, and then they have a late one too. But yeah, any of you guys go dove hunting? Excuse me, also I'm getting tired. Probably because I only had 1 cup of coffee early this morning. Instead of 2 like I normally have, or 1.5, because I'll drink like 3/4 of the cup and then top it off again. I don't go after dove, but I used to go after grouse. Nice. I believe we have grouse up north from here, because I was looking at it last night. Our Arizona Game and Fish Regulations books here was talking about that it had grouse. Where's that at? I'm not even sure where they're at. And then we have turkey too, which I put in for turkey, but I didn't get pulled for turkey. Turkey's a lottery system too. It's not an over the counter. Okay, so we have pheasant here, it looks like. Right there. In one place, or no, 3 places. Way in the corner, way by Yuma. And then we got some by Flagstaff area, and then some over there by Mount Graham, that would be. I believe. Right there. Those little gray areas. Of course, we got quail. This book says nothing about dove. I don't know why. As picture-wise. Oh, we have partridge, too? Huh. I didn't know that. Look at this. We got some partridge way up there by the Grand Canyon. That's a new one. I did not know that. What's the other one? Dusky grouse? Oh, we do have grouse. Sure enough. There we go. Right there. Dusky grouse. It's over there by Grand Canyon, up here in Navajo Nation. And then that would be a little bit north of Mount Graham, a little higher. Let's see. I used to live by pheasant. I don't know what you mean. I guess I never really looked for them. Okay. I was very small at the time, too. There's a subdivision we are building and have wild turkeys. I hope to see them soon. Yeah. So where I lived in California in the foothills. I wish I had a hunting license there, because turkeys like literally would be in swarms of like 15 each. There'd be like 3 or 4 of them. So we'd have like 50 running around with like 3 toms in each one. You could do toms or hens at the one season. The next season in the February, I think it was January, February, was just toms, I think. Hey, Phil, welcome. How you doing, brother? What's up? Just got home from work. How'd work go? Used to live down there, that large spot on the map you showed. Really? Which large spot? The last one? I live down from this one here. I live down and down. Quail becoming a nuisance here. Yeah, quail here. Let's see, where was that here? When does quail start? It depends if you have a falconry or not. If you have a falconry license, but you can't get as many that way, it's currently active. But if you don't, then it starts in October to February. Also, there's one in December to February. That's weird. Oh, it depends. If you want to do gambler's quail or Marner's quail. Or a scaled. There's a scaled one. So yeah, we have 3 different types of quail here. Gamblers, Marns or Manzanuma, which we'd have those by me because I'm really close to Manzanuma State Park area by this caverns. And then that I did some videos of, and then scalded. That looks cool. Look at his hairdo. Would you like to have hair like that? What else do I hunt? I'm going to be doing a whitetail here for the first time, mid-November. But, by Yuma, okay. It's hot, as they say over there. It's super hot. So I have a whitetail mid-November. It's in zone 34A between I-19 and Sonoyta, and here in Arizona. Um, and then let's see here. My friend got mule deer up real close to his house. He didn't have to go very far. Well, he has to go about as far as I do, about an hour out. I put in closer, but didn't get in. I used to hunt coyotes when I lived here, and then in Cali I did coyotes. You could do coyotes and without a hunting license in Cali, if I recall, and then pigs if they're a nuisance to your livelihood. We have wild pigs over there where I was in Cali, small ones. They're still bigger than the javelina here in Arizona or the peccary, but they're not as big as those Russian boars or those ones I got in Texas where what's his name was Bullseye Ben. He was just doing some hunt the other day on those, or this morning even too. When I was up at 5:30 this morning, I got up at 5, I guess. He already had a live going. Hey, what's up, Tactical Llama? You do a live yet? Probably, huh? 7:30 over here. I would feel bad for coyotes, but they're vicious little. Yeah, they are. Yep. I haven't done much coyote. The thing here in Arizona, most of the time you cannot hunt at night. So why buy a night scope if you can't hunt at night? The only thing you can hunt at night, at least it used to be about 15 years ago, the only thing you could hunt was coons at night. Chilling, maybe here in a bit. Okay. I've been on an hour and a half, just a little over now. We got 10 people in the chat. It went up to, what was it? Hey, FAL man just got on. FAL man. He usually starts at 7:30 to 8 Arizona time. What was I going to say now? Oh, coyotes, yeah. And we can't use night scopes here for some reason. They don't allow, unless it changed, night scope hunting at night unless you're doing coons. A lot of other states, they'll allow you to do coyotes, pigs, cats, all sorts of stuff at night, but not here, I don't think, unless it changed. Could have changed, because it's been a while since I looked at that part of the law for night hunting. What's this? A box of 45 auto hollow points. How's your day going, by the way, Tactical Llama, or how did it go, since it's, what is it, 8:30, 9:30 over there where you're at? Forget. Mine was so-so. I did a lot of hiking around. My hunting for dove didn't go well, so I just went hiking up in the mountains to some old mines in the area there. I didn't bring any water, so I was really parched. I hiked for like 3 hours. It wasn't too hot because there was a lot of clouds around and a breeze, so yeah. Did the chat freeze up again? I did it once, actually. The other 2 times it never did. Let me sign out and sign back in. Be right back. No, it didn't freeze. It did not. Not that time. One time it did earlier, so. Sometimes it's worse than others. 7 people in the chat. Oh, going down. Well, about time to sign off then. Yeah, when it gets that low, usually I start talking about signing off. And then what's funny is it'll go up like 15 or 20. It's weird. It's like YouTube wants you on just a little longer. Look, it went up to 10 now. See? Hey, if you're new to the chat, thanks for coming by. Desert Armory and more here. We do chats about guns, chats about shooting, hunting. Maybe you're wondering what's a good starting rifle, first AR, first pistol, first revolver. Talk about that stuff. I do shorts of shooting, shorts of hiking, shorts of some of my work, shorts of guns, all sorts of stuff. If you like that stuff, double tap the screen and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. We got a couple subscriptions today. We started at 572, I think it was. So we appreciate that. I have a highwayman stuck in my head. I forget what that one is. The one that pops in my head right away is, I know it's not this one, though. Highway to Hell is the one that also popped in my head when you said highwayman. Which I don't listen to that type of music, but I just remember hearing it before. I listen to Christian music because I'm a believer, so that's what type I listen to most of the time. I'd say like 99% of the time. Anywho, Did Llama just come in here just to double tap? I don't think he didn't answer my question how his day went. Very quiet. He said he was just chilling, so I might cut the live short. I am pretty tired. My legs are tired, and I've been did a probably 7 or 8 mile hike today, and my legs are just tired. And I've been standing here. I put a towel down for me to stand on. I should put a cushion. Yeah, I used to listen to you, Christian. I don't know why I stopped going to church. Okay, better than solo tap. Yeah, right. I don't even know 100% what that is, unless you mean like one person liking or something. Maybe that would be a good question to reconsider, Cannabis. Llama is cool. Yeah, he is. He's chilling. Yep. Yes, sir. Tapping once. Yeah, thankfully there's. I actually removed my counter as an experiment, and it seems like it might help a little bit, but I don't think it always does. You guys probably don't see how many I have. One of the experiments they were talking about for helping your YouTube channel is making it not visible, so that way they can't see how many you got. And J-Dog does the same thing, and some others, but I can see it, and it does seem like you get a little more likes. I have 55 on it currently, but I have gotten, the first time or second time when I had a lot of people in here, I had 26,000 people view the video while it was live. I got 199, almost 200. We need one more person to hit that. Or was it 197? One or the other. It was right there. But yeah. 7 people now. That's the lowest it's got. And then went back up to 8. Yeah, the 8s are a little hard to see for some reason. 26,000. Yeah. 26,000 views was how many people hopped in and out and actually saw it. Like even with scrolling, sure, some of that is considered in scrolling. Like maybe they'll see it, look at it for just a couple seconds, and then scroll up. That's considered a view. Now, I think it's also considered a view if you hop in, stay for a couple minutes, leave for like 5-10 minutes, and when you come back in, it asks if you want to say hello again. That might, I'm not 100% sure. If so, well, that means that's a way you can play the system. Hey, George, welcome. How are you doing? How are you? Me? Well, I'm alive. Good for you. I'm doing okay. A little sore from my hunting today from so much walking, and gave up on the hunting for the dove and decided to do hiking instead. So I'm a little sore. Not too bad. God's still good. Hey, someone just subscribed. Thank you so much. I don't know who did that. Must have been someone who didn't. That wasn't subscribed before, obviously. Thank you. 4 people in the chat. 3 people. Whoa, it went way down. Well, we know George is in here. Cannabis and Eastern, I guess. We came in time, I guess, George. I was talking about winding it down because there's so little of people right now. There's only 3 people. Been on almost an hour and 40. So it would be a little bit shorter than my normal 2. That's fine. I did one that was about an hour and 40. And then I did 2 that were hours, but I did 2 in a day, so a couple times. That's when I was first starting out. I did a couple short ones, like maybe a week into my lives. But yeah, I'm doing okay. Doing okay. Yeah. Was it 5 people now? 6 people? Eh. Somebody who wasn't in here was Tahiti or Liz. Who's another person that's normally in here? Brookside, he came in for a little bit, I think. Micah was for barely anything, and then Singh was a lot longer. There's a couple of people that come in sometimes. Yeah, but unfortunately, we only have now 7, so it's barely going up. So, George, if you're wanting to stay longer, unfortunately, I'm not sure what to tell you. Sorry, I had to reconnect. It froze there. Then you had the night when YouTube wasn't sending out your posts. Yeah, that was that. Was it that night? The night before? I did a whole bunch of really short ones. So I did some setting adjustments that some YouTube channels talked about, where it makes it so that YouTube could understand what you're portraying, so it knows what to do. And it messed it all up. It made it so nobody showed up. Oh, Tactical Llama's live now. There he goes. He said he was going. It made it so nobody showed up. And so I adjusted them again. Still nobody showed up. Adjusted a little bit more. And then I'm like, forget it. I'll go back to the original settings other than not making my thumb up viewable. And then it was fine. Then it worked the fifth time. Yo, I forgot to tell you your Canuck ammo boxes are made by Dominion in Canada. Oh, the 32 rimfire you talked to me about, wasn't that you? Were you able to figure out if that can be shipped to the U.S. or not? Oh, those. Now I got you. Yeah, the 32 rimfire. Yeah, I don't know where those are made. Canada, okay. That was one of the companies that made them towards the end. It was like the last company that made the 25 rimfire. Yeah, I thought so. I thought so. Too bad. I'm gonna probably just buy the 32 rimfire case that someone has enlarged the back end, where you can put a 22 blank in it, and that's your primer. And then you just knock it out and put another one in. You could buy 22 blanks from Home Depot or Lowe's. And if you want it less or more power for the primer, you just put the different colors in. You still put a little bit of powder in it, and then just use the proper press for it. It'd be like a 32. Let's see, do I have a 32? Yeah, I have for a 32 32 Winchester center fire. So that one might work depending on what the. I got to look at the diameters, how close they are. What is the pistol on the far right? The far right. Sorry, yeah, that's chat's in the way. That is a Mark IV Ruger. Tuckeroff. So today's question was, are 22s still relevant? And those are all 22s on the counter. There's two that are 22 Magnums. The one's interchangeable. That was the question. Those are all my 22s I own. Anyways, yeah, that is a Mark IV. Yes, they are. And if so, what do you use your 22 for, if you have one? Most of the time I use mine for just little varmints. Squirrels was the main thing I used mine for. They're cheaper using those than 22 mag or 17 HMR, which I didn't have a 22 mag rifle. Still don't. I do have a 17 HMR now. I bought it on Gunbroker on the interwebs for a really good price. It was another one of those that fell through the cracks. Yeah, it was. Yep. And sadly, a lot of that wasn't actually true that happened. A lot of it was brought upon, and there's a lot of conspiracy behind that, and I think a lot of the conspiracy is actually truth. Mm-hmm. Now, I do know that some of it they did to see if they could control us, and they did some. I hope and can't forget that all again. I know, right? Varmint target and match shooting. Yes, some people do match shooting. You're right. Those really fancy, Walther makes them. They actually had one at my local gun and pawn one time. Someone from Wyoming, I think, was visiting and bought it, and so they shipped it off to him. It was a competition, pretty good price, I thought. Had the trigger pulled from the bottom of the trigger guard instead of, you know how most guns, the trigger, comes out of the bottom of the frame. This one the trigger came out of the bottom of the trigger guard. Is that a 9422? Oh, here? No. Well, technically it would be one if it was a Winchester. It's a Henry. It's a Henry Arms. I don't know what model it is, other than it's a 22. But I think it would be considered a 94, just the way it's made. Because it's like my other two 94s, are the way they're made. Got to go. We'll tune in for the next stream. I subbed and have notification. Thank you, Cannabis. Appreciate you coming by. Thank you for that subscription. You've stayed quite a while. I appreciate that. 3 people in the chat. Yeah, unfortunately, if it's that low, I'll probably have to close it down here shortly. Let's see here. Tuckeroff, did you double tap the screen? I don't think it went up after you came in. Mind doing that? Let's see. I made 5 more 9 by 19 rimmed, and it only took an hour each only. So trim the brass and making projectiles is getting faster. Only per shell. So did you try what I was talking to you about, Eastern Washington? How you can use a 38 short Colt as a rimmed 9mm? I forget if you looked that up yet. I looked up the measurements and I took some measurements the other day while we are here on live, and it seemed like it would fit. It's a teeny bit shorter case than an actual 9mm. I'd say it's about the size of a 380, the case, but it has a 9mm bullet in it because like a 38 special size is a 38 short Colt, and it's rimmed. If it's a little too big, you could just take a file to each one. That's what I did on one of mine to make it work in a certain gun, or hopefully it'll work. Those were those shorts? Yeah, they were 38 shorts. I'll stay for a little longer in hopes of more coming. Yeah, we got 8 people now. It came a little bit more. It was only 3. Guys, if you're new to this chat, it's called Desert Armory and More. We talk about guns. Some people have questions about guns or ammo. Some people ask, what's a good first pistol, good first AR, good first shotgun, whatever. We help them out. I'm new to this myself, as in channel-wise. I only have 615 subscriptions. So if you like the type of stuff, double tap the screen. We do shorts of shooting, shorts of hiking, shorts of hikes. Yeah, of some of my work that I do as a handyman. I'm my own boss. So yeah, if you like this stuff, appreciate the double tap and the subscription. Just got some 4440 and 3840 from a collector today, and his basement is like a museum. He focuses on Dominion Cartridge Company. He has old advertising from the 1900s. Nice. And hundreds of full auto boxes. Full ammo box. Gotcha. So the 4440 is technically a 44 Magnum, but it's low powered, so it's black powder. And I heard the second number years ago, it was a very common, everybody had black powder. So the second number was actually how much powder you use, 40 grains or whatever it is. So like the 38 and that 44 had the same amount of grains of powder. Or my 3220 or the 2520, supposedly that 20 grain was that's how many grains of black powder you used. Now, I would think that'd be a little bit light, but that's what I've heard when they were originally chambered in black. Been here just listening, brother, but I'm here. Okay, no worries. Back to 9. If we can push it out to just over 2 hours, that would be great. We're an hour and 48 minutes. That sounds really neat. Black powder smokeless for the, and it's a bottleneck. Okay, so 4570 was the same. Yeah. Now, currently, I don't know what, maybe if you're just regular black powder, but black powder is kind of hard to find and it's expensive. So what I use is this Pyrodex. So I have Pyrodex P, which is for pistol, and Pyrodex RS, which is normally for rifle and shotgun. Now, I have used the P on shotguns for these old ones here because I have old brass shells that I reload, and it fired fine. Other than on this one of them was a little light, the load. I did a short of it like 3 weeks ago, and one barrel was perfect. The other one was a little light, so I need to up the powder. Is experimenting on these because I never shot those with those yet. I did it with this one and that one. Never shot that one yet. This one we're still making, so don't know about that one. Yeah, that's pretty interesting how the amount of powder was written in the cartridge. I guess that's the same as like the 45-110 or something, and maybe some of those oddball sharp numbers. Yeah, I reload my own shotgun, especially they're very easy to do because they're double barrels. They're super easy then. Unique powder. Okay, if you can find unique. Some companies don't have it anymore in certain areas. I guess unique makes a black powder equivalent. That probably works. Those are by Hogdon. Hogdon? Something like that. Hodgdon. Pyrodex. The Pyrodex RS has bigger flakes. The P is more of granules. Mostly use unique powder and red dot. Okay. Trying to think if I've heard red dot. I think I have. I'm new to the loading stuff. It's smokeless. Okay. Let's see here. As long as the gun that you're getting can handle it, because 4440, that's an old gun. So that's like early 1900s, late 1800s. As long as it can handle it. And if it doesn't, just make really light loads. What would you call them? Like kind of like a 30, special is the toned down version of a 357. It does have a smaller case, obviously, but it's shorter. But the bullet's same size. Let's see here. I actually even tried those Pyrodex brass shells in this thingy, which is a modern rifle from the 60s. It's a shotgun, double barrel, 10 gauge. Yep, the Winchester 1892 I have can use smokeless. It was made in 1914. Okay, yeah, that's when they're switching. This one, I do use modern loads in it. It's a 1895, 3220. This one is just so early 1900s. I think it's like a 1912. It's a 2520. I use modern loads in that one, and modern powder. And then this one I use modern ammo. It's a 2535. It's just like pretty much like a 3030, but a little smaller. That one's an early 1900s as well. It's a carbine saddle ring. It's got the saddle ring on the other side facing the wall. I use unique for pistol, shotgun, and gallery loads. Okay. Yeah, there's some places I couldn't find unique for some reason. And I only use the suggested starting loads. Yeah, same. That's if they have, like, my loading book has 3220, but it doesn't have 2520 loadings in it. Why? The 3220, I believe, came out before the 2520. So why is the 2520 doesn't show any loading data? And it's a 2025 by Hogden or whatever. So it's a new loading book. For some reason, it's not in there. Another one that wasn't in there was that I thought was pretty common. Oh, 300 Savage. I have a 300 Savage. That's model 99. Nothing. Are FRT triggers allowed where you're at or binary? Both of them are, as well as full auto if you get the paperwork. Yeah, as well as super safeties. Yeah, they're totally legal here in Arizona. Honestly, I don't know what isn't. Arizona is one of the best states for 2A. Texas is really good. Alaska is even better yet, I hear. Because they're like, well, we're up in the boonies. Who cares, right? If we shoot ourselves. No. But yeah, Arizona is a very good 2A state, and I hope it stays that way. We got constitutional carry, so we can carry outside or inside without a CCW. They took that away. When was that? They said that was unconstitutional. Have to pay for a right. Really nice. Oh, where was it you're at again? I forget. Layman's 51 edition book has the 20. I don't know why mine doesn't. I almost got the Layman's, and I was like, no, I'll get this one because it's on sale. It's a brand new book from Amazon, whatever. And here it didn't have all what I needed. So I had to do some online stuff. And then the powder I have isn't the exact same stuff they say to use. So I use something that is like an equivalent or something. Louisiana. Yes. Oh, yeah. They have really good gun laws. A lot of those southern states do. Florida's pretty good too. Like, I don't think Florida has open carry or constitutional carry, but you can without a CCW if you're fishing. So if you're fishing, you can have a sidearm or an AR or whatever. Now you might get looked, you might get called on, because I've seen videos of this guy walking around with his AR while he's fishing. They're like, oh, you can't do that. And he's like, yeah, I can. Code such and such says it's perfectly legal. Well, it just kind of looks suspicious. Don't do it. And he's like, no, this is my Second Amendment right. I can do it. Okay, blah, blah, blah. And they're trying to arrest him and all this. What was the other caliber that you couldn't find? 300 Savage. It's an uncommon round. It's really hard to find. The only company who makes it still is Hornady. Hornady Super Performance. Right here. This is the current one right here that you can actually buy them still, the SST tips. Now this one right here is an old box of 300 Savage. I don't think Remington makes them anymore. but they were good for deer, elk, and hogs. Those are core locks. But yeah, it doesn't have 300 Savage. I looked and looked. It's got 300 Rum. It's got 300 Winchester Mag. I think it's got 300 Weatherby Super Mag or whatever it's called. They got like 3 or 4 300s, but not mine. The 300 Savage. Let's see here. There's 300 Blackouts in there. We have new production 300 Savage from Federal in Canada. Oh, see, we don't have. I don't think we can get that here. Maybe it's more common of around there. Aw, someone unsubscribed. Who did that? We had 615, I thought. Someone unsubscribed. Let's see here. It used to be a very common rifle in the U.S., the 300 Savage Model 99. It was very common, but it didn't take off. The 308 came out and it overtook it, and its ballistics were better, even though the bullet was the same size technically, and the shell and everything. And then the military utilized it, so it really took off then, just like the 5.56. It's the weirdest lever action gun there is. It's cool. Like the way it operates is just so elegant and just superb looking. 300 Savage is in the Hornady Handbook Volume 2. How come those books have it, but mine doesn't, and it's a current one? People kept telling me, when you reload, make sure you get a current book. Don't get a non-current. And they said, get this one, this, or this. Those 3, which was the one I bought, the Layman's or the Hornady. And it doesn't have everything I want. Or need, whatever. I got to buy another one. Right? So one of my local gun stores allegedly was selling stuff to illegals, as in like cartel. Allegedly. So they got busted by the ATF. And so the pawn shop bought a whole bunch of their ammo and loading equipment, as in like primers and powder, which they normally don't carry, but they carry piles of ammo. So temporarily they were selling all the primers and loading dies. They had a few dies, as well as powder, for half price. Whatever those stickers sit on, it was half price. So I was like, well, here's the time to get into loading. So I bought a whole bunch. Like I bought 244 ball powder. The price on that says 180, but I got it for half that. And then I got all these other ones back here. All those were half price. And same with the Pyrodex. I already had the green one, so I had that one, wasn't half off, but this one I got half off, I think. Or maybe I got that at Cal Ranch, I forget. Yeah, I know, right? It's like perfect time to get into it. And then a lot of these green boxes here that are RSCBs, or what do they call them? RCBS. And the brown box. Sorry, the blue one. I got like 7 dies, or was it 8? Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace. I got like 8 or 9 dies for $40. It was just at a Tombstone, just down the road from me. It's like 35 minutes from my house. Messaged him. Yep, still have them. Originally they were 60, so I was like, okay, I'm saving that. I'm going to see if I can buy these. Like 2 days later, I had an alert that it went down to 40, so I'm like, I'm definitely buying these things. And it's 3. I got 2 that are 308, so I need to sell one of them. I got, I think, 45 ACP. I got 9mm. I got 454 Casull, which I have some of that. The crimp tool, but you can use the 45 ACP as the the 45 Colt as the dies for it. You just need to adjust the headspace. And then 30-30 Winchester too. So I mean, like, really nice. Excuse me. I reload so many cartridges that are not in the new book that I started buying the old reloading books. So I have a couple really old reloading books, and so I checked in there, and they have some of that reloading. It was books from like the 60s and 50s. One of my customers gave me. I was like, well, great. It's got some of those in there. It doesn't have the 300 Savage, though, I don't think. Tight Group is also an excellent powder for pistol cartridges. I don't think I've heard of that one. Let's see, like 45 Colt. Nice. Out of curiosity, if you reload, is it possible for you to make armor-piercing rounds? I know a person who reloads. I was always curious, but don't ask. Figured I'd ask you instead. Is it even possible? Well, it depends. Like you have to get the projectile has to be that type. It's not the case or the powder, although it could be some of the powder if you make it a little hotter. It's more like the projectile is the part that's the AP round. It usually has a tungsten core, not a steel core like green tip 5.56. So it'd be like a yeah, it's a tungsten core, so it's way more efficient, and it's really hard to find unless you mold them somehow yourself. I don't know how you would, because those would be full metal jacket with a tungsten tip. I don't know how you do that. Don't know, because you'd have to get the mold for the copper to make it right, the jacket, and then insert your tungsten core and then pour your lead around it. So it'd be a lot of work. I'm sure there's people who do it if they want AP rounds. Yep. 2 hours. It was a little after 2 hours. We lost one subscriber. Not sure who that was. Black tips loaded near maximum pressure. Yeah, that's what I figured. I have some silver tip. Let's see, they're 7.62 by 54R. I got them in a bag full at the swap meet for like 80 cents a round or something like that. Which I forget. Silver tip, aren't they AP rounds too, or no? Because some of those are considered AP and incendiary, depending if they're silver or black. Maybe Eastern Washington. Let's see, Phil. I was just always curious. I'd probably heard. I always wanted AP round. I guess everybody does, right? Black tip 306 armor piercing World War II. Yeah, that stuff's hard to find though. 30-06 black tip. I mean, need to be 2 weeks of recovering, but I'm back in rodeo. You're back in rodeo? Don't overdo it, brother, before you're totally healed up. Silver tip is hard steel core. Is that what those are? They're silver tip 7.62 by 54R. The Russian round. You're out of the hospital. Good for you. Oh, we got our subscription back. Thankfully, someone put that back up. Appreciate it, guys. Whoever did that. Thank you for subscribing. And if you like this stuff, turn on your alerts, and then you can know when we come on, which is 6 p.m. Arizona time every day, unless I post it in a short that I can't make it. Good. I'm sure glad you're out of the hospital. That's good, George. Glad you're feeling better. Healing up from that shot. One of those handheld hole punchers got him. Yep. I've never had that. I had a friend who got shot at, but he never got it. That's right. It's the yellow tip that's heavy ball, right? Don't know. You know better than me, probably. So the silver tip is a hard steel core of military rounds. I think these were made in 43 or 45. I forget. Man, gotta go some cleaning on my house. No worries, brother. I clean a lot on Saturdays too, my house. Appreciate you coming by. We're going to wind down here shortly anyways. Bye, brother. Have throw your like. Thank you. You threw me a like. Appreciate it. Yeah, it went up one. Thank you. Yep. I have it not visible on your end right now. I'm doing an experiment to see if I get more likes if it's visible or not. And it seems like you get a few more. It varies. When you have a lot of people, it seems like you get a lot more likes. But maybe that's just my head. But we got 9 people in chat now. It went down to 3 one time for a little bit. I was like, whoa, we're about to wind down here. I think that's the most, I guess you'd say, exotic round I have is the silver tip. 303 British tracers have either a red or a white tip, depending if it's British or Canadian. Those are neat. Banana Ballistics has done a series on 303 British oddball rounds. He's done it on 30-06 numerous, 50 BMG, 308, and 5.56, I think. Yeah, he does a lot of neat experiments like that, shooting at steel. He did a tracer of something the other day. Maybe he did 2 of them. Was that a 303 British, or was it the... No, he was doing a comparison of armor piercing rounds of the competitors. 303, the Mosin round, which is the 7.62 by 54R. The 8mm Mauser and the Japanese Arasaka. The 7.7 Jap too, I think. I have to pull the book out again and look up the color codes for projectiles again. Okay. But, well, we got 9 in the chat again. It kind of is hovering between 7 and 10 back and forth. I guess it's okay. Okay talking. We got that many people's attention when there's only a couple talking. Appreciate you guys coming by in the background if you are lurkers. Oh, someone liked. Thank you. Check this 7.62 by 39 green tip is also a tracer. Yeah, there's some of those that a green tip doesn't mean the same thing as the 5.56. The 5.56 green means it's steel core. Hey, what's up, Sauce Boss? Any gun is worth getting as long as it does. As long as it doesn't make you in debt. Agreed. Yeah, that was the question of the night. 22s, are they relevant? Which that's what's all on the table right now, all my 22s. Thanks for coming by, Boss Sauce. Sauce Boss, there we go. How you doing? How's the evening treating you? How was your day? Hopefully it was great. Hopefully you got a good weekend. Maybe you didn't work and so you got some stuff done around the house like most of us, right? Czechoslovakian, whatever that is. Nice. In a 22. Yeah, there was one, my local gun and pawn, I saw that. I'm like, what? That's a 22? Yep. I said, I've always wanted a 92 F series, possibly, the stainless steel, more tactical looking one. But I said, I didn't know they made it in a 22. It was still kind of pricey because it's a Beretta. But it wasn't made in, where they normally are, Italy, right? Is that where the Berettas normally are made? Yeah, Italy. They're normally made in Italy. It was made in some other place. I was like, huh. I thought they were made in Italy. You came right in time, Sauce Boss. We've been thinking about shutting it down for a little while here because it's going really slow right now. 22 is fun for range time at a low cost. Yep. You can't spell, I'm sorry. Czechoslovakian something. Was it supposed to be Czechoslovakian? Probably. That's a hard word to say. My brother, that's my oldest brother, he can't even say that word. He's like, how do you say that? Czechoslovakian. Or Czechoslovakian. He's like, what? The Czech Republic. Oh, okay. Which is what it is now. I'll have to look that up. Is it different than the normal 7.62 by 39? Or is that like green tip too you're talking about? You're talking about green tip. Oh, yeah. So it'd be Czechoslovakian. No, I don't think I've seen those. I don't think. A green tip, one of those. So you say those would be... Yeah, there you go. Yes, that's it. They don't want you to spell it because it's the old communist country. That's the name it used to be. It's tracers. Okay, you think the green of those are tracers. Gotcha. I have to do some research on that and see. I did a screenshot of it. Look it up. All my 7.62 by 39 are either Wolf steel case or brass. I got 2 Freedom Munition boxes, 50 in each, from my local gun and pawn, and then I have some brass Federals, a couple boxes of those, and what's these other ones that I have that are red boxes? I forget what brand those are. They're a brand I never heard of before. Oh, Sterling. They're not, they are steel. These are steel, but they're like a chrome steel. Let's see if I can get one out. You ever seen the chrome steel ones? They're supposed to rust a lot less, I guess. Right there. They're chrome steel. They're kind of unique. I don't have anything special, these, other than different brands. These I got in Cali before I moved. They're nice little rounds. They feed fine because they're really smooth versus steel that's not shiny like this, aren't quite as smooth. It says they're good for hogs. You have a few rounds. Oh, oddball? It says they're good for hogs. These are made in Turkey. Yeah, these, a lot of this brand came out during COVID, the 2020, 2021. Because Turkey started shipping them in, and then USA started making more of them too, which Freedom Munitions then started producing them more and more. But yeah. Well, guys, we're at 2 hours and 10 minutes. We made it past to what we wanted to get to. So appreciate that, guys. We'll probably wind down. I need to get something to eat. I haven't ate supper yet, and we're at 8:11 p.m. So we'll probably shut the chat down here. Appreciate y'all for coming. We went from, let's see, we went from 6. We had 5. We had 572. 572, and we went to 615. Hopefully most of those stay. Appreciate for the subscribes here. Appreciate for the thumbs up. Those who didn't do all that, we still appreciate you for showing up. And this is Desert Armory and More. We show shorts of shooting, shorts of assembling guns, some shorts of hikes. We just did some today. We posted shorts of some handyman stuff I do because I own my own business. If you like that stuff, double tap the screen and subscribe. But yeah, we're going to wind down for the night. Another thing we do too is we make requests. Maybe you want to see a certain gun. Ask me in the chat if I have it. If I do, I'll put it on the table. The next day, 6 p.m., we'll have another live every day. That's 6 p.m. Arizona time. So anyways, so yeah, we'll go ahead and call it a night, guys. Do my everything bill next week. Can't wait. You've been waiting. Okay, it was that one, yeah. All right, same to you, Eastern Washington. God bless. You have a good night as well. Thank you all for stopping by. I know Tuckeroff, you weren't on a whole bunch, and George either, but he laughed too. But thank you for coming by, and Phil as well. He had work, so I'm glad you're able to get on a little bit at least for like 20-something minutes. So, all right, guys, appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by the Desert Armory and More. They're over here. And then I have one. I actually have a 22. That's one, right? That 22 bolt action is a Winchester. Anyways, and it's lever action 10 gauge from 1901. But yeah, we are winding down. Oh, you want those to be on there, you're saying? All my Winchesters. I can do that if I remember. Let me get my paper. I don't have my pen on me. Let me screenshot that. Okay, so I'll put all my Winchesters there tomorrow then. That are actual Winchesters. And then a couple other oddballs just to fill in the space. Okay, we'll do that. 6 o'clock p.m. tomorrow, Arizona time. You'll be seeing my Winchester rifles up there. If I can get them all up there, I think so. I have 3 levers and a bolt action. That should fit. All right, have a blessed night. Blessed night. Sorry, I can't even think straight. We'll do that, brother. Have a blessed night. When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Trust God instead in those times of uncertainties. Thanks again for joining Desert Armory and More. God bless. Till next time, folks. And you're welcome, brother. Adios.